Listen, you stop caring, good shit starts happening, man. You stop caring, the girl that you always wanted, she starts chasing you. You stop caring, you start getting success in the business you're looking for. You stop caring, you start getting the results in the gym you're looking for. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be referencing a couple of books. So if you're watching this and you need some books to read, I would say read Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I always tell you guys to read that. Read Art of Saying No and read the book Let Them. So the good thing about these books, and this is what I started learning when I started realizing like, yo, like once I started training for a long period of time, once I started focusing, because wherever you put your focus, where energy goes, energy flows, right? So wherever you put your focus is where you're going to get results, all right? And where you don't put your focus is where you won't get results. So what I've realized just training people over the years, it kind of applied to all aspects of my life, right? So it started off with just training people. I'm like, why do some people get results and some people don't get results? That's when the question started for me personally, right? I was like, why the fuck do some people get results, some people don't? And they both have the same, they have the same schedule, they have the same this, they have the same that, and it comes down to just wanting it more, right? And where they put their focus, where they put their energy. Because a lot of times, what you give a fuck about is what you're gonna get results in. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the book is about. Because for a lot of you guys, a lot of your issues come from giving a fuck about shit you can't control and not caring about what you can control. That's where your issues come in. Focus on the things you can control, not the shit you can't control. A lot of you guys can't control your genetics. Cool. But you can control your body fat percentage. All right. And a lot of people are 30, 40% body fat complaining about other shit like the government. And it's like, dude, you're not even focusing on what you can control. All right. Or you're worried about some chick who genuinely does not want you, which means you can't, because you can't control another woman, obviously, another anybody. You can't control anybody else. So if a chick doesn't want you, get out of there, move on, and go to someone who does. All right. Simple shit. If you're with the chick and she used to like you and now she doesn't, you can't force her to like you because that's genuine. All right. A lot of you guys try to force genuine desire. A lot of you guys try to force shit. A lot of you guys try to go to places where there is no genuine desire when it comes to women. All right. For example, for me, when I really start, attracting a lot of chicks, like right now is when I do not care. Like I literally do not care. This is not something that you fake. This is not some shit like, oh, just be confident. You can't just be confident. Confidence is fucking built. All right. I'm going to make a video on that soon. And then as far as like not caring, you can't force that either. You have to really, really find yourself and figure out what you care about, what you don't care about, what matters to you and what doesn't matter to you. Because someone who is on their purpose and who is really locked in on what they want and is focusing on what they can control and is focusing on what they care about, they're going to have passion for those things, and those things are always going to come first. All right. So then a woman will hit you up. Like, for example, a woman will hit me with my DMs and she'll be like, oh, he's going to bite like everybody else. He's going to hit me back. And I just look at the message. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, she's like a 10 out of 10. But I mean, this shit happens all the time. And I don't really, what does she offer me right now? Nothing. This has nothing to do with anything I'm trying to accomplish. Right. And then I'll just keep going. And 3 days later, she'll hit me back. She's just like, hey, are you free this day? And I'm like, no. Like that day doesn't fucking work. And it like genuinely doesn't work. I'm not acting. And then she starts chasing because she's like, yo, this nigga does not care. He clearly has higher value, or he has something going on for him. Whereas everybody else is always chasing that chick, right? Another thing is, if you guys are dating a chick and she doesn't like you anymore, don't try to force it. Just come to terms with reality and be like, okay, well, I can't control how she feels. Fuck it. She doesn't like me anymore. I just have to move on type shit. You see what I'm saying? When you go to where you're wanted, you are going to have, you're going to be in a better mood, obviously, but it is a sign of self-respect when you go to where you wanted and you go away from where you're not wanted. You guys are hanging out with people who disrespect you 24/7, which means you're disrespecting yourself. You got friends telling you, man, stop eating those salads. This shit's goofy. Bro, you look ugly as fuck. Haha. You have friends when a chick comes up, they're like, yeah, this is my lame ass friend. This nigga broke as fuck. But me, I got money. I got motion. Like they're just throwing you under the bus and shit like that. They have no respect for you. So you staying in situations where people have no respect for you, that shows that you don't respect yourself. All right. And something you can control is who you talk to, who you associate with. You can control that shit. All right. So if you're associating with people who don't give a fuck about you, who disrespect you constantly, then you need to change your environment or cut them off. All right. That's why I said read The Art of Saying No, because once you start cutting people off, you'll get more comfortable with it. Once you actually find what you care about, you'll be comfortable with saying no to things that don't align with it. You see what I'm saying? Like for me, in my journey, I used to be so scared to say no to anything. If they asked me to do more hours at work, I was scared to say no. You see what I'm saying? Even if it didn't fit in my schedule, even if it ruined my routine, you know what I mean? If someone asked me, hey, can you help me with this? I was scared to say no because I wanted to help them with that, right? But when you get on the journey and you actually get to the leanest version of yourself, you get to a place where your back is against the wall. Like you're working like for me, I was working 72, 80 hours a week and I was getting lean. My goal was 10% body fat. Those were the most important things. In order for those two things to happen, every time someone was like, hey, you trying to go out drinking? I literally couldn't go out drinking because not only did I not have the time because I was working overnight, but also didn't align with my goals, right? So I started saying no more, and I felt bad initially, but then I finally got over that hump of feeling bad because I realized me saying no to them was me saying yes to my goals, me saying yes to my future self. You see what I'm saying? So I started becoming the best version of myself, and then I started getting addicted to saying no, and I'm like, yo, I'm saying no to fucking everything unless it aligns with my goals. You see what I'm saying? Or I'm ignoring everything that doesn't align with my goals. And that comes off to different people as like, damn, he doesn't give a fuck. Damn, he doesn't care about anything, right? It's that energy of not giving a fuck that, you know, a lot of women are attracted to and stuff like that. But it's really power, right? The reason it's power is because you are diverting your focus to what matters to you, right? Which means you're going to accomplish something. Because like I said earlier, where energy goes, energy flows. Where focus goes, you know, things grow, right? So when you're focusing on something, for example, if let's say you're Elon Musk or something like that, and you're trying to build up PayPal or Tesla or whatever, right? And it's at zero. And people are like, man, what are you doing? What the fuck, man? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You're wasting your time. You're going broke, blah, blah, blah. But you're just focusing all your energy on that and you don't care about anything else. You know you're going to build something because you're putting all your energy in that shit. You see what I'm saying? And you're ignoring what everyone else is saying. That does give you a different energy too. And it is going to make you feel different. Like your personality is going to be a little bit different just because of, you know, of the journey. Like you're going to be a little more willing to go against the grain versus other people because you're constantly going against the grain. If you're lean, you're going against the grain. If you're building a business, you're going against the grain because the normal is just to do, you know, random 9 to 5 that people tell you to do and just be out of shape. That's the normal. So if you're doing something against that, if you're building like your e-commerce business, fitness business, you're doing stocks or some shit like that, you're going to be constantly going against the grain because people are going to be like, get a fucking real job, man. Or they're going to be like, bro, like blah, 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 blah. Or if you're working out all the time, people are going to be like, you need to get a life. Or if you're taking your shirt off and you're lean, people are going to be like, you're showing off. Reality, you're just going against the grain and doing what you need to do and you prioritize different things. You see what I'm saying? But the issues that you youngins specifically have a lot of times, you're like, yeah, man, how do I get my ex back? Mindset is cooked. Your mindset is cooked. If you're asking that question, your mindset is cooked. And because that comes from a scarcity mindset for sure. That comes from a scarcity mindset for sure. Just thinking like, oh, how do I get my ex back? This just comes from you haven't experienced life enough and you don't prioritize yourself and you're not focused on what you can control. You can't control how your ex feels. You can't control whose banana she sits on, bro. It is what it is. If she didn't like you, you know, genuine desire is gone. You can't force that to come back. All right. Focus when it. Okay, so this is basically what I'm saying. Let's start with relationships. All right. And just interacting with women because you guys struggle with this shit a lot. You're spending your time with women who don't have attraction to you. You're going to fail every time. Like the Rick Ross situation. He's over here trying to make bitches kiss him. They don't want to fucking kiss him. All right. I do the opposite. My brother definitely does the opposite. My other brother definitely does the opposite. I'm usually like, bitches usually trying to kiss me. I'm like, you fucking kiss me in public. What if another bitch sees me? You feel me? Like, what if my other chick is over there and she sees that shit? Like, we're just cool in it. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm dealing with. And Rick Ross is over here dealing with, you know, chicks avoiding his kiss in public, even though he's providing everything and he got guap. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like genuine desire, you can't fake that shit. There's many girls who I dealt with. You know what I mean? They hit me up first, and then, you know, they might have got mad at me and unfollowed me because I wasn't responsive enough or I wasn't giving them enough attention or something like that. Guess what they do? They spin the block, right? Even though they'll have a man in their bio, or they'll have like pictures of him on the page and be like, oh my God, I'm so in love with him. And they'll be sending me hard eyes like, oh my God, you're so focused and hot. I love you so much, or I miss you so much, or shit like that. And I'm like, why? I don't even fucking remember the last time I saw you. You see what I'm saying? That's the genuine stuff that I'm talking about. That's genuine desire you can't fake. You see what I'm saying? You guys spend so much time trying to force shit. And that's why you guys have so many issues, right? Like if you sit down and you look at your problems, how many of those problems are things that you can control and how many of them are things you can't control? You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of times your problems are shit that you can't control. So just let them fucking go, right? Just let them go. Like if you have a friend who won't eat healthy, who is addicted to alcohol, and you're just trying to help them, that's not your fucking responsibility. It's not. It's literally not your responsibility, because if you are constantly trying to help them, what are you going to do? Like you can get them into rehab. You can tell their family, you know, you can do everything. And that's what you can do in your power, but you can't go through the rehab for them, right? You can't work out for them. All right. And that's what I learned training people. I'm like, I can give them all the resources, tell them everything to do, give them the mindset. At the end of the day, their feet have to step in that gym. Their mouth has to chew on the right food, not the wrong food. Like at the end of the day, right? It's like, yeah, you bought the food, but are you going to DoorDash? You see what I'm saying? Like that's what it comes down to. So if you want to relieve a lot of stress, stop focusing on shit you can't control and focus on the shit that you can control. All right. So when it comes to what you can control, you can control your body fat. That's why I'll tell you guys, get the fucking 10% body fat. I don't care. Like, you feel me? Like, even if you have no muscle, get the 10%, then build muscle. If you have a lot of muscle, even better. You get the 10%, you're going to look crazy. That's something you can control. You have complete control over your body fat percentage every single day because you control what you eat. People get mad at people who are lean. People get mad at people who are fit. People get mad at people who take their shirt off because they can. And at the end of the day, anyone can do that. All you have to do is eat less. You see what I'm saying? That's something everyone can do. Now, everyone can't buy a yacht tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? Everyone can't do that shit. All right, that shit's not free. You gotta build up the money. You gotta, grind. But fucking, bro, if you want to take your shirt off next year or the year after that, all you gotta do is fucking eat less. It's literally that easy. You see what I'm saying? If you want better interactions with women, you just have to stay away from the ones who don't want you and make sure that you realize that physical attraction in itself is one of the biggest parts of attraction that you just can't fucking skip. All right. Now, if you want to skip that, you better be richer than Elon Musk. All right. Or wherever you're dating, you better be leading with money. You better be richer than everybody else. All right. But there's more rich people than there are lean people. So that's going to be hard for you to do, but you can do it. All right. But you got to realize that shit because a lot of you guys don't realize that shit. And a lot of you guys are always trying to overcompensate. Like like I told you, the questions you guys ask, I actually haven't asked those questions in like 6 fucking years. For myself personally or any of my friends and my homeboys, we haven't had any of those problems or questions in those years because guess what? We got our shit together and we really prioritize ourselves. Like for real. Like we really, like when I say prioritize myself, I'm talking about like literally when I first moved to Thailand, the first like most of you guys on YouTube, they even know I moved there. Like the first 5 months, you guys didn't even know I was there. I was just locked in on getting everything going as far as the business, keeping everything in track, and just focusing on me and just grinding, bro. Just grinding, staying lean, getting used to the time zone differences, getting used to eating food. But I was just prioritizing what I always prioritize. That's all I was focused on. I was focused on like most people who go there, they're like, oh, let me get some chicks, Oh, let me get a happy ending massage. Let me do this, let me do that. Let me party every day. That's what most people do there. 90% of people that go there, they just party and shit. Or they're just like, yeah, let me just, go to these different islands and spend all this bread. Cause that's like vacation. That's cool. You feel me? But I was there, more long term. Like I'm gonna live here for a year or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So I was more locked in long term. So I had to get those things settled before anything else. Because if you don't take care of yourself, no one else is gonna take care of you. You feel me? Like a lot of you guys got to realize that once you get to that point where you realize like no one else is gonna take care of you, you can only take care of yourself. And the fitness journey helped me with that mindset. That's when you really start to make the best decisions. That's how I make my decisions. Because listen, the way you guys get flaked on dates, I flake on a lot of women on dates like that. If it doesn't, like, for example, if I'm like, okay, I got 5 calls tomorrow, I got to hit this workout tonight. I really want to get 8 hours of sleep. And this baddie wants to meet up at 10 or 9 or, late at night. I'm going to be like, what? That doesn't work for me. I'm going to bail at the last second because that doesn't work for my schedule. And what comes first? My clients come first, business comes first, physique comes first, my mental health comes first. All right. So if I end up going out with her, which you can do that every once in a while, you know what I mean? But I might get 5 hours of sleep and I'm not going to like that. I'm not going to be my best self. This is just personal preference. All right. But a lot of you guys, like, you guys are a hungry man at a buffet. You're like, I'll take anything at any time. And the chick's like, 3 a.m. will work. It doesn't work for you because you got to go to work at 6 a.m. But you're like, fuck it, I need it. So then you end up just, taking what you can and going to meet up with a chick at 3 a.m. and then go to work at 6 a.m. Right? Because you're desperate because you haven't taken care of yourself and leveled up yourself. You see what I'm saying? When you really level up and focus on what you need to focus on, things change. All right. Because when you have that energy of not caring, it is because, or perceived energy of not caring, it's because you care about, certain things. Like that's what the subtle art of not giving a fuck is about. It's like, stop giving a fuck about shit you can't control and focus on what you can control. Just like the Buddhist principles say, right? Because so many people spend so much time worrying about shit they can't control. All right. And then when you worry about shit, it's like you're creating an outcome that may not have happened if you didn't, focus on the negative outcome of it. Like anxiety and worrying, it's like you're thinking about the worst outcome. A lot of you guys, when you start your fat loss journey, you're thinking shit like, oh my God, like what if this happens or what if this happens? And I'm like, nigga, why don't you think like, damn, what kind of shirt will I be wearing when I'm lean? Like, am I gonna be wearing this shirt, good shoulder waist ratio? What are my dating options gonna be like when I'm lean? How are people gonna treat me when I'm lean? That's how you should be thinking. Because that's what the fuck's gonna happen, right? The only way it can't happen is if you stop it with your own doubt and reality. And a lot of you guys do that shit. A lot of you guys focus on, you guys worry and get anxious about the outcome you don't desire, and then you create that outcome by focusing so much fucking energy on it. And I'm like, bro, your journey is, first of all, you have a beautiful schedule made for this fitness shit. Like, you're working 40 hours a fucking week. That's so fucking easy, right? And then you have healthy stores in your town. You're just making the decisions, right? When you focus on the outcome you don't desire, you're gonna make decisions based out of that identity. So, for example, if you're like, what if I don't lose the fat? That means you're going to be thinking like the fattest version of yourself, which means your decisions will follow that. If you're like, dang, man, what shirt will I be wearing when I'm lean? Who will I be hanging out with when I'm lean? How will I be moving when I'm lean? If you constantly think that, you're going to start to move in that energy right now. And then guess what? Eventually you're going to be lean type shit. You feel me? So in reality, bro, like, listen, I know a lot of you guys will say stuff like, oh, wow, your DMs are crazy. Or, I mean, listen, there's like 10,000 DMs at this point. I've got to screenshot some old ones and shit like that. There's too many. There's like 10,000 DMs. And there's some from yesterday too. And something from this morning as well. But like, stuff like that is not like a surprise, or like people come up to me like, hey, how you get this like that? How do you get your shoulders like this? Or dang, bro, what's your steroid stack? None of that stuff surprises me because I'm locked in 24/7. It's just I'm focusing on what I can control. The only thing that you guys have wrong, I would say, is like when you guys try to get results, but you're not doing the bare fucking minimum. You're like, dang, man, I'm doing cardio. Like, I've had clients say shit like this, you know what I mean? They've been like, damn, bro, I'm busting my ass doing cardio. And I'm like, I'm starving myself. I'm like, bro, first of all, I don't tell people to starve themselves. You underate your calories for 1 week, so you want it to end because, you're overdoing it, number one, and you're overdoing cardio too. That's what you think works. It doesn't fucking work. It's counterproductive. It's a waste of fucking time. All right, you lost some muscle, you lost some water weight, right? And now you feel horrible because you're not eating enough. You're not actually doing anything. And it's only 1 week. You're not getting results in 1 fucking week. All right, simple. Anything fast doesn't last. You got to lock in, take your time, know that slow and steady wins the race. But yeah, you're not getting results. Like, niggas be trying to get results in 4 weeks and they be saying stuff. They be saying the dumbest shit. They'll be like, man, like, I've been working hard for 4 weeks. Who fucking cares, bro? Your hard work is the bare fucking minimum. I've been doing this shit for what, 10 years? Bare minimum. Oh, I hit my protein for 4 weeks. What else are you supposed to do? Just not hit your protein? Like, what's the alternative? Y'all be giving yourself alternatives. That's the issue. Like, if you don't do everything in your power to be the best version of yourself, you're going to be the worst version of yourself. All right. I know you guys want to be the mediocre version of yourself, kind of be in the middle, but you're either going to the worst version of yourself or you're coming to the best version of yourself. There is no just stagnancy. It's not how it works. You don't just maintain in the middle. A lot of you guys think you're maintaining, but you're gaining 1 pound of fat per month, and then 2 years pass and you're fat as shit. It happens all the time. I see it all the time. All right. So all this, I swear I'm trying. You can't try. People have the audacity to tell me like, yo, I'm trying to be in a calorie deficit. What the fuck are you talking about? It's a mathematical equation. It's not emotional. At the end of the week, are you in a deficit or not? Oh, no. Okay, so you're not trying, nigga. Like, you're not doing what you need to do. You either are in a deficit or you're not. There is no, oh, I'm trying. Nobody fucking cares if you're trying or not. Be in a deficit or don't be in a deficit. If you're not losing fat, you're not in a deficit. So don't say you're trying. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Do what you need to do. Like, I don't care how you feel or oh, I'm working hard. You're not working hard. If you're not doing the bare minimum, how's that hard work? It doesn't make any sense. I'm working my ass off to be in a calorie deficit. But at the end of the week, you're in a surplus. So how is that working hard? It's the dumbest shit of all time. It's literally the dumbest shit of all time. And all these lame excuses, they don't work on me, all right? Getting juicy at that level doesn't work on me. But anyways, you guys need to realize, like I said, this dating shit, like listen, y'all don't even need to ask me dating questions. I'll have all those in the Patreon for sure, like all the dating questions and answers and stuff, but all of them will come from a mindset of, and I'll show you in different situations so you guys can really grasp the mindset. But it all comes from the mindset of like, you need to be comfortable being alone, like for real. Because all you guys are always like, oh, I want a chick to hit me up. It's like, nigga, you got to take care of yourself first. You got to at least look like you take care of yourself, which is going to come from you actually caring about yourself. Because y'all don't care about yourself. You guys don't respect yourself. And you want all women to respect you. You want men to come up to you and be like, yo, I'm inspired by you. But you don't respect yourself and you don't inspire yourself. All right. So stop focusing on shit you can't control. Start focusing on shit you can control. Patreon is coming soon. Be ready.